This is one prompt, 2,400 plus words. Tula pasted it into Airo AI Builder, hoping to build her bookkeeping site in one shot. It contains every prompting mistake we found in the 26,000 prompt analysis that we've done, all 5 of them stacked into one paste. Today, we're going to take it apart. 5 errors, 5 fixes. By the end, you'll have a prompt formula that actually works, and you'll never paste a forum prompt into Airo AI Builder again. If you've watched the data analysis Nada and the team did, you already know the headlines. Someone typed OK as their entire prompt. 8.8% of users paste the same 400-word ChatGPT template. 17% leave after one prompt and never come back. The full breakdown is on the channel on the blog, both linked below. You can get to Inside Airo AI's blog by visiting airo-builder.godaddy.com/blog. What I want to do today is take those 5 most common errors and show you the fix live with one business so you can follow the thread. The business is Steady Books, bookkeeping for creative solo founders, run by Tula in Sacramento. She's the kind of owner who would rather spend an hour reconciling a profit and loss statement than 5 minutes on her own website, which is exactly why we're going to build one for her. Spoiler, she's going to make every one of the 5 mistakes, some of them in the same prompt. Error 1. Before Tula ever found that forum, she sat down at the prompt box and got stuck, a blank page. So she just tried to type in help. The data showed real users are doing the same thing. Okay, fix this, help. One person typed, "Why aren't my images uploading?" in all caps. The frustration is real. The information for Airo AI Builder to do anything with is 0. Airo did its best. It even asked a follow-up question or 2. It guessed at some of these features, but also it asked some follow-up questions about what does it do or offer? What is the main goal of the site? Who is your target audience? And from there, it's going to take a guess at how we would like this to be styled, the fonts, etc. Here's the fix that she should have done instead. Tell Airo 3 things: what you're building, who it's for, and what it needs to do. That's the golden rule from the Prompting Do's and Don'ts guide, and it's the pattern that ran through every successful prompt in the data. Airo's back with the build, and it still has mistyped help in the top. So we could see what it created, and it looks pretty corporate and formal. I'm not sure that the background here is necessarily a bookkeeping-related photo. So we're going to give a new prompt into Airo for a new site build. You could see the prompt that I provided to create this website that is more suitable for her business. Build a one-page website for Steady Books, a bookkeeping service for creative solo founders in Sacramento, California. The site needs a hero section, a services section explaining monthly bookkeeping packages, an Is This For You section, a calendar booking link, and a contact form. So that answers all of our golden rule questions: who it's for, what it does, and what you're building. So lesson 1, 3 sentences with context beats 1 word every time. Error 2. After help didn't work, Tula did what most of us do. She Googled best AI prompts for a website builder. That took her to a forum, and then she found this. You could see that here is a list of what you could write for a site architecture and wireframing, all of the prompts together. And here you see the beginning of that message, too many characters. So the remainder of it was pasted in as a separate message. The very first thing it did was come back with, what's the name of the company, right? It doesn't even have that information. And the overall vibe should be warm and approachable, and we'll see what it builds. So with over 2,400 words, multiple subprompts, every one of them starts as act as a senior something or other. Every one of them ends with bracketed placeholders that Tula filled in with mismatched context. The article is written for high-end agencies. Tula's a bookkeeper. 8.8% of users in the data did some version of this. They pasted templates word for word. The exact 400-word ChatGPT template kept showing up. Tula's was longer than that, 6 times longer, the same idea. Here's what came back. It's not a bad site. It's just not really Tula's site. The template was generic, the bracketed fill-ins were generic, and the output is generic. Pasting a 2,400-word prompt from a forum is somehow more wasteful than trying to type in the word help, because at least help is fast. The forum paste version uses real credits to produce something Tula has to throw away. And we're going to keep coming back to this prompt. It's a goldmine. It demonstrates 4 out of 5 of the errors in this video, all at once. The fix is a shorter prompt. A 2-sentence prompt that you wrote with your actual business in it will outperform 2,400 words every time. Build the homepage for steady books. Tula serves creative solo founders, mostly photographers and freelance designers, with monthly bookkeeping packages. The hero should make it clear that the bookkeeping is one fewer thing they have to think about. Airo just got something nobody else could give it. Tula's actual voice, her actual customers, her actual value prop. That's not in any template, no matter how long. So lesson 2, real sentences beat 2,400 generic words every time. Let's go back to that really long mega prompt. You see that it begins with act as a lead digital architect? That's error number 3. Now look closer at what Tula pasted. Every single one of those 12 subprompts starts with the same 2 words. Act as a. Act as. These are role-playing instructions. They're written for ChatGPT. ChatGPT needs to be told what character it's playing before it will answer. Airo AI Builder is already a website builder. It doesn't need the role-play. 7% of users in the analysis wrote their prompts in ChatGPT or Claude first. Ask the chatbot to format them nicely, then paste the formatted version into Airo AI Builder. The fingerprints are everywhere. Ensure that, maintain consistency throughout, utilize industry best practices. Airo doesn't speak corporate, it speaks specific. Tula's form find isn't even subtle about it. Subprompt 4 says define a primary and secondary typography pairing. Subprompt 11 will say employ the decoy effect and visually highlighting the target middle tier. That's chatbot language. It's optimized for sounding thorough. Airo turns it into a clean, formal, generic site that's the opposite of who Tula is. Here's the fix. Talk to Airo the way that you would talk to a colleague who builds websites. No act as, no utilize best practices. Just describe what you want in plain English. We're going to give this one that has a very lengthy prompt a shorter fix. Tula is more direct than the last prompt made her sound. Rewrite the hero copy to be one of the short sentences. Bookkeeping for people who'd rather be making the thing. Keep the rest of the page, but make the tone feel like Tula, not a corporate site. Error 4. After Tula's 2,400 word paste came back as a generic site, she got frustrated. Really frustrated. She tried to fix one part. The image strip wouldn't render, so she typed, "Why aren't my images showing?" Or I could adapt that into, "Why is the company name misspelled?" That's the whole prompt. The data showed this pattern everywhere. Why isn't this working? Nothing works. Fix this. I get it. I've done it. That frustration is real. But the AI doesn't know which thing isn't working. You could see based upon my question, "Why is the company name misspelled?" that it's asking me, what's the correct spelling? And now it will change it everywhere. So it did ask a clarifying question. You could see that Airo went about correcting not just the one place in the title, but anywhere else across my site that Steady Books was being named. So lesson 4, tell Airo what you tried, what happened, and what you expected. 3 things. Now we get into the biggest mistake, error number 5. The one that stacks on top of everything else in this error is in the prompt. There were 12 different deliverables in that really long prompt that Tula gave. In one paste, we see 2 of them. The next paste contained all the rest of them. It included a multi-page sitemap, an e-commerce product page, a complete brand identity system, a UI component library, and on it goes. The most quoted example from the analysis was that someone typed in, "Build me a website exactly the same as Amazon," as one prompt. Amazon. Tula's version is 12 features dressed up in corporate speak. Same idea. Most of you won't paste in a 2,400 word prompt, but you might do this. Add a client portal so my clients can log in. Also invoicing and time tracking and expense tracking and tax estimates and a way for them to upload receipts and payroll for the ones who have employees and a blog and a newsletter sign up and testimonials. Whew. So I gave that prompt to Airo and it said, "That's a big list. Before I start building, let me make sure we set you up for success rather than piling features onto a marketing site. Quick questions for you. Here's what I'd suggest doing in a reasonable first pass." And then it gives me some options. So Tula did exactly this when she got excited about the build. 10 features in one prompt. Airo did its best. it started building one of them, forgot about 3, and then something halfway done on the rest. So it kind of lost sight of the middle things here in the questions that it followed up with. A better way to do this, we're going to do 1 prompt per feature. So instead of everything we just said, we are going to come back at this with add a client portal link to the top of the navigation, but don't build the central portal itself yet. The link should go to a page that says Client Portal coming soon. Contact Tula for early access with a button that opens her existing contact form. That was 1 task. We're going to get 1 result. Now we know the navigation will work and the contact form will be wired in. Each step is solid before we start the next thing. Let's see what Airo AI Builder does with this one. Great, we can see that it has been added to the top, and we can contact Tula for early access to the client portal. Remember, we told it not to build out the rest. By now, I hope that you've detected a bit more about the golden rule. 5 errors, 5 fixes, 1 pattern. Every fix in this video did the same thing. Every fix in this video did the same 3 things. Said what we were building, said who it's for, and said what this prompt needed to do. That's the golden rule. It's the through line in every prompt that worked in the 26,000 prompt analysis. And it's the fix for every one of the 5 most common errors in the data. If you do nothing else after watching this video, do that. 3 things in every prompt. What you're building, describe the site, what kind of features. 2, who it's for, describe the audience, who the customer is, what they care about. And number 3, what it needs to do. Get a baseline first, and then iterate. There's a deeper mindset shift underneath all of this, and it's the reason that Tula reached for that forum prompt in the first place. She didn't write a bad prompt because she's bad at this. She wrote it because she trusted a forum more than her own voice. When you're the expert in your business and a beginner at building websites, it feels safer to copy someone who sounds like an expert. The forum article had headers and subprompts and the words high-end agency. Tula has a kitchen table and 10 clients she knows by first name. The forum sounded more legitimate. It wasn't. Tula's voice is the most valuable thing she has. The fixed prompts in this video worked because they sounded like her, not like a forum. The users who shipped with Airo AI Builder treated it like a partner. Power users in the analysis run 40 to 83 prompts in a single session. Most of those aren't fixing mistakes. They're refining, photo framing, spacing, color. They're polishing. That's the partner mode. And that's where your voice gets to come through. One last thing before we close. A lot of you are spending credits on stuff that you don't need to spend credits on. Text edits, image swaps, simple content edits. You could do those directly in the page with Airo AI Builder. No prompt, no credits. Save the credits stuff for those things that actually needs the AI. Structural changes, new features, decision layouts, things that you would ask a partner to do. If you watched the 26,000 prompt video and wanted to know how to fix what they found, this is it. Try the golden rule on your next prompt and see what changes. If you've hit one of those errors and the fix worked, drop it in the Airo AI Builder Lab Discord. There's a prompting and knowledge channel that's basically the live version of this video. Link is in the description. And if you've ever pasted a forum prompt into Airo AI Builder, you're in good company. So did Tula. So did 8.8% of users we studied. Now you know what to do instead. See you in the next one.